live stream brought to you by New Zealand Sports Webcasts. We've got Westlake versus St Pat's, and we have to, I guess, say it's St Pat's Kilburnie, because we've had two St Pat's here from the Wellington region at this tournament.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And the funny thing about this tournament, sitting down there on the bench, is the coach of the Westlake team, and 41 years ago I was on the court with him playing this identical team in a national final. So he's got one further hurdle to go before he gets that far with his team. But as much as I'm an impartial commentator here, it's good to see Carl out there coaching again.
Well, it's going to be interesting for me. Obviously, we've got the Otago boys are through to the semi-final. We get to sit back and watch them go to work and go to battle. And, I'm certainly watching this with keen interest. And, you look at Coach Stent and Dave Mackay out there, a huge amount of brains trust. And down the other end, you've got George Leafa, coaching his son's team,
Yeah, George, a big pedigree player himself.
Yep.
Spent many minutes in the NBL here on the New Zealand scene, and an astute master of the game.
Yeah, and I mean, you've got a team of quick guards in St Pat's, and then you've got a team in Westlake who really, I mean, you look at them as a traditional basketball team. They've got a strong point guard and Jaylen. They've got Matt Freeman, a big three. They've got Stent. They've got some big kids in there that really play. They've got great skills. So an interesting matchup this is certainly going to be.
I haven't seen St Pat's play. I've seen Westlake play so far in the tournament, and I'm looking forward to seeing their extended press. They've been quite fiery on their defence. For a taller team, they're not slow to get out there and give the smaller guards a bit of a hurry up.
And there's an early...
Having said that, nobody gave that gentleman a hurry up.
No, well, he doesn't need an opportunity to throw the ball at the hoop too often. He will certainly take it. And their early pressure.
And that transition must surely be a big part of the St Pat's team.
Oh, certainly, and they've got off to a great start. There's 5-0 run right off the bat. As involved with the Otago boys, we haven't looked too far ahead, one game at a time. And, we'll go back and have a look at the film that we've acquired of these teams. Leafa Maori with the miss that time. It's certainly a great start.
Patient build up by Westlake, running their sets.
Rebounding offensively is going to be a difficulty with a lot of size.
It's a bit of first minute nerves there from a couple of their shooters.
And Gerrand settles things down with a three, and he's going to be a key, obviously, guard that can certainly handle the pressure. Likely to be a junior tallback at the end of the year in Fiji.
Okay.
Probably alongside a couple of his teammates. Matt Freeman, possibly one as well. Coach Judd Flavel in his breakers gear, sitting on the other side of the court. Obviously with keen interest.
Yeah, you get to see the best of the up-and-coming at this level in the country. And when the competition gets squashed down to the semi-finals, you're seeing the best against the best. So it's not enough to be good. You have to be good against good players.
That's right.
Oh, that was a beautiful piece of guard work there.
Well, St Pat's have won a few national titles of late, and since I've been coming in the last sort of 10, 11 years. Brooke Rusco had led a team that I think they won it a couple of times here.
With family connections going back to a few St Pat's teams there with the Ruscos.
Well, if you hold that for a second, Phil, I'm going to try and get my Wi-Fi up and running so I can get some live stats.
Okay, we haven't seen a single offensive board of any description so far. The defense is winning the battle of the boards. And St. Pat's are winning the battle of the penetration. Westlake content to walk the ball up the court, get into their sets. They've got the height advantage. Looking down inside again with their smaller player, and that should be a gimme. It is.
Matt Freeman inside. And if they can get that ball inside to those bigs, it's going to be tough for St. Pat's to guard. But, anytime they miss a shot and St. Pat's can get a rebound, they're going to be off to the races.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, good pressure on the perimeter shooter that time. First time we've had a hand up in a three-point shooter's face. Good result. I'd say this Westlake team would average a couple of inches bigger in their starting lineup per player than the St. Pat's team.
Oh, easily. More than a couple, I think. Some 6'6", 6'7", 6'8" kids out there. Freeman, good three-point shooter. Stent, coach's son there.
Very useful. What would he be, a three-man at this level?
Yeah, I think he'd play the three. They certainly interchange their positions. They talk about Matt Freeman, number 33, being a three-man. But you've got players that are becoming multi-skilled, especially the New Zealand bigs these days.
Yeah, and you have to be. You have to be able to use the power of the dribble as well as the outside shot, even if you're a big man, to create some opportunities later on. Groom showing some silky guard-like skills, making the penetration to the hoop and going to the charity stripe.
It's just unable to knock that down. It's a 9-5 lead, 4 minutes gone in the game.
Maria 2 misses at this level. Yeah, good pressure from the guard line, getting out there and looking at disrupting those handoff passes. Winman just steadying things down a little bit, getting a set established. An on-ball screen and a drive to the hoop.
Shooting over the top, the shot challenge there. And that's, those are taller players challenging you in the air. And, we've seen in some of the games where they've been, Westlake have been playing and the likes of Rangitoto have been playing, they certainly challenge. And, with Sam Timmins or the Otago boys doing that same sort of thing, challenging shots and making guards who are used to coming in and having their will with the opportunities to shoot, having to throw it a bit higher, and it really puts them off. So.
Yeah, challenging and changing the shot.
And they're playing smart. They're just jumping straight up, good arm up, not fouling, not trying to block. Good defense. Good defense staying in front. Left-handed drive from Freeman, staying in a great stance. Almost got his hands on the ball.
See their first inbounds play. It's a box set.
Oh.
Nearly the steal off the inbounds.
Gerrand for three, snatched it.
Oh dear. Falling away, 2-point. Just some casualness there. And basket interference called by the referee.
Yeah, I guess they believe it hit the...
Yeah, must have thought it hit the backboard.
And a timeout to Westlake.
So we're 5 minutes into the game and the score is 13-5 to Wellington. Their transition is looking good. They're disrupting in the mid-court. They are running quick sets in their offense. Neither team causing too much havoc, though, on the glass for the other team after a shot's gone up. Both teams owning their own boards and getting out from that defensive situation solidly every time.
I can't get the stats. I'll shoot downstairs and see if I can't get a Wi-Fi from the arena people. I'll be back in a second.
Good as gold. Okay, the timeout is finished. Westlake coach has instructed his players. They all know what he's expected of. And here come the St. Pat's boys. St. Pat's going immediately to a 2-3 zone. And some good defense rewarded by a charge call. Friday from St. Pat's using his feet well to keep his body in front of the driver. Somebody shut the gate with him and there was nowhere for him to go. So we see a bit of extended pressure now coming up the floor. Just slowing their transition down, making sure they can't get into too much of a running game, I would imagine. An on-ball screen, and he splits that screen again, second time. Once more, Westlake look after their boards really well. Like I say, a very tall team. Out there on the floor, they'd probably average 6'2". So when you allow for one or two smaller players, that's a couple of 6'6"s out there. Good ball movement from the St. Pat's team. Clock running down. Bit of an isolation. Goes 1-on-4 with no result. Westlake content to sit back inside and let St. Pat's have that outside shot if they wanted it. And St. Pat's turning down that outside shot, looking for the drive. Blocking foul called. Groom for St. Pat's called for the block. He gets to sit down. Possibly his second foul. Yes, it is his second foul. Coach won't be too happy with that. Just 7 minutes into the game. Score 5-13. St. Pat's favour.
Yeah, sorry about that. You'll have to do this at home. You'll have to have the live stats on and the live streaming going on. A couple of devices in this technologically advanced world. Interesting for me, the number of turnovers both teams are making. And obviously St. Pat's, I think, are creating probably more. But we just saw another little turnover there. In that testing out period. And we've had the early timeout. And there's probably Isaiah just pushing shots a little early, maybe not getting them out of offense.
And those shots that have to be made in transition. Referee's having a bit of a conference here. Could be a lottery. And it goes Westlake's way. The coin was tossed and came up Westlake.
I didn't want to go the jump ball option, obviously. Well, I'm not going to say anything about the referees. Because I got my first tick and one of those down there gave them to me.
Oh, okay.
In about 3 years. Yeah. We've sorted that, though. We're all good. Referees and I have an interesting... I think we're always happy to talk to them after the game. And oh, nice move there.
Lovely spin move. Lovely spin move. Took the defence to the wrong side of the lane, so we could use the right-hand side.
Yeah, an early timeout by Coach Leuffer, and maybe he's called this to have a chat with the referees, but Yeah, interesting what he's trying to get out of that. But yeah, I mean, the referees at the tournament have been, I felt they've been good. I'm not sure about you, how you have found them.
Oh, I've found them wonderful. Thanks very much. Referees are the heart and soul of the game.
Well, I've been asked to give a shout out. Marty Davidson, obviously, with Canterbury Ram, you know quite well. I mean,
oh yeah, Marty's a good referee and a very good player. And, it shows in his refereeing. He understands the game from all sorts of levels, from a player's level and from the officials and rules and regulations perspective as well.
And Braden, another Canterbury boy.
Yep.
Pretty good cricketer, I understand.
Yeah, not too bad.
Left arm medium fast.
Good contingent of referees up from Canterbury.
Oh, Ryan Jones wants a shout out as well. They'll be all asking for them. And of course, they're here competing as well. The referees are aiming to get the finals, and
look at this full court pressure.
Yeah,
love it. No, that's fine.
Make them play basketball 90 feet.
Just going to contain it, or are they going to go for a couple of steals? At the moment, they're just containing, just getting them to walk the ball up the court. That is beautiful. Oh, deserved a lot better. Eventually got the reward that the outside-inside move deserved.
And interesting enough, Isaiah didn't touch the ball in that set.
Stent with the long three.
Ooh. Another 50-50. Going the way of Westlake on the baseline.
It's amazing how the game has changed over the time. And his father was about his height. And in his day, it was unheard of for a man over 6 foot 4 inches to be shooting the ball from the three-point line. Isn't it great that the game's come on so much?
Definitely. Oh, hands on. And we saw down the other end a nice, easy play off an on ball, just to drive and draw and pass. And again, same thing. Yeah. Penetration in this game, it's a key, especially in secondary school boys. And the defence don't seem to adjust to it. They don't rotate.
Yeah, but what I find most disconcerting is the failure to finish on the recipients. You're going to penetrate, you're going to draw the help side defence, you're going to make that pass. Nobody in the universe expects anything else to happen, except for the person who's receiving the pass. It always seems to come as a surprise to them.
Yeah. That's what you set up, really, isn't it?
It is. Yep.
Anytime you can create those...
Backdoor, a real strength for that team. Yeah, if you're going to overplay on the wing, they're very quick to the hoop.
Tough move inside.
Okay. That was a good finish.
Again, from penetration.
From penetration. So, what are they going to do? What are they going to change in their defence to prevent that penetration?
Well, Westlake have done a good job in closing this gap. Now a 2-point ball game. On the break. Big man running hard. And I haven't seen the ball in Isaiah Modi or Leafa's hands very often in the last 4 or 5 sets.
Okay.
Freeman coming up. There it is. He gets it from the defence. And a 15-13 lead to St. Pat's Kilburnie. And they had a understand. Carl was certainly the coach to start the year. They had another assistant. And as the story goes, they asked Dave to come in and take some of the take a training once a week, and now their assistant felt that he may have had his toes walked on, and so decided to walk. And so then Dave took more of a role on it. So Yeah, interesting things happen among teams.
So St Pat's back into their 2-3 zone. Very active. Good boxing out all around, but failed to secure the board. A rare failure to secure the board. A silky smooth shot from Groom. Back on the court, picked up a couple of early fouls, I believe.
And the stats have arrived. Thank you very much, Alan Richardson.
So just looking at that first quarter stats, the rebounding statistics, Westlake are out rebounding St Pat's 14-8 on the boards there. 29% from the field, unfortunately, for Westlake, so they're getting the boards, but they're not getting the shooting percentage. But lucky for them, 35% from St Patrick's is failing to extend the lead further than it could have been. In fact, we're now 15 all, 1 minute into the second quarter.
And your top scorers, obviously, Isaiah Moriho-Leafa has 11. And 5 apiece for Freeman and Jaylen Gerrand. Charge call there.
Charge call. Another piece of very good defence with your feet. And St Pat's happy to wait for them to come up the court.
Oh, great take there.
The Matador defence.
Certainly was. Yo Lay chant might start up.
Yeah.
And the 3 in the corner.
Score 18-17 to St Patrick's.
Kuhi Samuel with that 3-point shooter.
And a holding foul called. Well, at least it was an attempt to prevent the. At least there was an attempt to prevent the penetration.
Yeah, an attempt, and that really is a key. Did you see the different on-ball defences from both teams? Westlake a hard show.
Yep, and they'll track out way past the three-point line with 2 men. Little tangle of bodies here.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, Gerrand was inside the charge block zone, and there was contact with the shooter, and potentially that could have gone to the blocking foul.
A lot of dribble.
You're American.
You know, it's great to have these dribbling skills, but the ball passed will often, you know, it depends exactly what you're trying to achieve, but some of it is just taking up time.
And that seems to be one thing they're looking to do, is to, you know, I guess get the tip on the pass out. And the guard's certainly running it that hard. And you're hearing a lot of noise for St Pat's. And Gerrand coming up short there on the drive, getting to the basket, but in the rhythm, feeling it.
The score moves on to 24-17 in favour of St Pat's.
Kieran Friday, 7-point lead, 7 minutes to go in the first half. Again, penetration from the wing. Oof. Seemed to be a lot of contact in that shot.
Yeah.
Look for this to go down hard. Oh.
Well, he had to be stopped.
He did.
that was going to be thrown down.
And the timing of the foul was excellent. It wasn't too early. The player is in the layup step, ready to shoot the ball. It does not make it an unsportsmanlike. He's playing at the ball, so very smart foul. And I understand there's a lot of people around the world actually watching this.
Around the world?
Around the world.
Wonderful.
So shout out to all the coaches who are watching this from the USA. Obviously looking at talent here in New Zealand.
And there'll be a lot of New Zealanders over there who were probably playing in this tournament themselves last year or the year before, who are at scholarships and colleges over in the States now.
Yeah. Well,
big shout out to all you Kiwis.
Yeah. Where it all began. So many of those journeys started at schools, and it has been the premier tournament in New Zealand basketball, hasn't it, Phil?
Forever. It certainly has been. Very good defense, great position. Couldn't get the ball down, lost his balance. All right, that's a dribbling action that's a little bit marginal. He's got one hand pushing off the defense and the other hand controlling the ball. Used to be called a foul.
Yeah, getting outside a cylinder.
Just by
slightly.
a metre and a half.
Yeah, he's got some pretty long arms. Oh. Let's get, we talk about the Ole defense, that's just too easy.
Yeah, it is. They all turned their back on the ball. And the final analysis, you have to defend the ball. That's the only thing that goes through the hoop and scores 2 points. Yes, you've got to know where your man is, but at some stage you might be required to help. And if your back's to the ball, you'll never know. Got to say, this has not been a premier shooting display by either team.
No, if I look at the shooting percentages, St. Pat's 41%.
Oh, that's
and
better than I thought it would be.
Westlake 27.
27. And that might have helped.
It certainly helps when you get 3 in a row. 25, 22, 5:26 to go in the half.
Great tenacity shown by the dribbler there. Could have lost the ball twice, stuck with it.
Yeah. Isaiah certainly a classy player. Just a bit of a walk-up at the moment, having a rest.
Yeah, very surprising.
Westlake extending the defence. And some good perimeter defence there. That's a bit of a flop, really. Closes that gap even more. It's now a 3-point ball game.
And that's the best sort of block, the one you recover.
And a putback makes it a 1-point ball game. And George Laufer calling the timeout. It was a little bit late, though. He's going to have to go one more possession before talking to his team.
Down to a 1-point ball game, 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go. St. Pat's still up by 1. And Cheeky attempted to steal, not quite getting the result.
And he's cancelled his timeout. He's just put the sub in instead. And isn't basketball a great game? You get these, the peaks and valleys as your team goes up and down on rides motion and hits some shots. And, we've seen it here already. St. Pat's got out to an early lead. Westlake have come back.
Oh, yeah, with the 3-point shot, you can get a 12-point swing in 30 seconds or a minute.
And A really silly foul.
Clock's about to expire.
1 second left.
Bailed out. Okay, let's see what the foul shooting has been like in that first quarter, because
well, St. Pat's, did they make that one?
Yeah, made that one.
Now 2 of 5.
2 of 5. 40%.
And Westlake.
2 of 6. So, 33% is nowhere near what we need.
No, I went at a game earlier with the Otago Girls High School. We went to the line 47 times.
47 times. How many of those did you make?
23. Lost by 8, coach.
What do we learn from that? Yeah.
Well, the other team should have learnt not to foul. And we should have learned to knock them down.
Knock them down. And that's that mucking around with the ball. Now, I know that, it's great to be able to penetrate. It's great to have handles. But it's even better to find an open person and use those dribbling weapons. A dribble is like a 6-gun. Only pull it out when you want to shoot somebody.
Yeah. Well, the key thing is, you really with the dribble, you want somebody running at you, and then you can create penetration. Where, here we go again. They're trying to create penetration off the dribble.
And with the same result. And they luckily got away with it, but
well, so quick down the floor there. Oh, that's just simple.
And maybe that's why they're dribbling the ball. If they're going to be passing like that, maybe the dribble is the best option for them.
There's that penetration again.
It was, and I love the fact that he took an option of not using the backboard on the layup. I know every coach has always used the backboard, but there were 2 people in line between the ball and the backboard, and nobody in line between the ball and straight at the hoop. So that's great spatial awareness of where you and the opposition is.
Decision making at its best.
Yep, hard to do at pace.
Still a 1-point ball game, 1 shot, 2:56 to go. It's 30-29. Both teams are in the bonus. Another missed free throw for the St. Pat's team.
How many times do you see it? Like, free throws are contagious. If the first person that goes up in your team hits a couple, everybody in the team seems to hit. If they miss a couple, it puts pressure on the next person at the line, and it becomes like a contagion going through the team.
Oh, almost a misunderstanding there, but I agree. It starts putting the pressure on. Somebody who missed free throws, and then all of a sudden they start to get the yips, really, don't they?
Yep. That's good ball movement.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're going back to the dribble.
Very similar to Nenad's. The shooters coming around.
Yes.
And obviously, Isaiah has been involved with the Tall Blacks.
Nice pass.
Great pass. Down on the floor. Very difficult for the big man to reach.
Yep.
Extra pass made.
Any time on the clock.
The release actually looked kind of nice, but didn't end up very close to the hoop.
The shot looked great right up to half a second after it left his hand. 1:39 to go. St. Pat's still up, 30-29.
Well, it's a barnstorming game. Certainly, there's Jaylen Gerrand. Sets those feet and has a sweet release. I'm sure his auntie and my assistant coach Mel Bennett will be watching this and be very happy with the way Jaylen's shooting the ball.
Oh, well, it's got a nice stroke on it.
Great.
Now the coin goes up again and the call comes down. St. Pat's. So we just got discussion going on with Gerrand and the referee. Gerrand's explaining to him his interpretation of a blocking foul and how that might not have been one, and the referee is patiently explaining his version of a blocking foul and why it was one.
And of course he's right.
As they always are.
Well, it's a new move, bringing the semis into their big arena this year.
Yeah.
I mean,
lovely arena.
Lovely arena. The been involved in we were both involved in semi-finals last year. Yours was a little more positive last year.
Yeah.
Than ours, but in Court 8 where it was hot and
it would have been pretty cramped in there, I'd imagine. They wouldn't have the facilities for the spectators the way they do in here.
Yeah, no, it was certainly it was packed to the gunnels last year. And
well, I got to say, the Palmerston North have really carved themselves a niche in providing this tournament for the country.
They certainly have.
I think they would
a great job.
Yeah, they would be the leaders in terms of their organisation ability, the volunteers that they've brought to the matches to do the benches. Everything has been very professionally done.
Great weak side action with a flare screen for a shot for Isaiah, but unable to knock it down.
On ball screen, ignored. So, block and call, and we will have 23 seconds left.
Westlake will shoot the basketball.
So you can expect them. Oh, yeah, they're going to the hoops,
they're in the penalty.
We'll see some Pats with one more offensive opportunity after this. I would imagine neither team would be expecting some Pats to be taking an early shot, but anything can happen in high school basketball.
In our semi-final, Phil, we took 2 of them.
There's a few coaches up here who are quietly laughing to themselves.
We took 2 of them.
I saw
and then
it.
Davidson hits the 3 on the buzzer. Yeah, not the way to go into a half, but no.
All right, 32-34, Westlake in front. 23 seconds to go, 24 on the shot clock. Let's see what happens.
Well, you've got to expect the ball to go into Isaiah's hands at some stage, probably around the 5-7 second mark. Him to be creating something for people, maybe some sort of secondary action off that, but I mean, that would be my pick.
Either that or Westlake comes out and presses like heck just to catch them on the hop a little bit and see if they can create a turnover. Yeah,
I mean, for me it's interesting. Westlake's able to come out and put that sort of pressure on in the full court, and a quick team like St. Pat's, I don't think they're creating the space that they need to, or drawing in the 2 defenders and then be able to release at the moment. I mean, Westlake got some long bodies, some long arms that are out there putting pressure on those passes. So, if looking at them, you'd want to really stretch the defense, push it down the floor, and then attack them.
We'll see what happens. So they're coming out of their huddle now. They've received their instructions. Both teams know exactly what the coaches require of them. Let's see if they execute. So Westlake is walking up the court. They're going to go put some pressure on. So let's see what happens here. They're going to wind them up to either a quick shot or a bad shot or a steal, or possibly a foul.
Well, it is basketball. Anything can happen. It's the beauty of the game.
Ten seconds left on the clock.
Flare screen. And they'll get another chance, maybe. No.
Oh, and
that's time. Anyway, our half-time here, Westlake with a slender 2-point lead, 34-32. And certainly the start by St. Pat's, where they busted out to probably a 9-2 or a 9-5 lead maybe earlier on, had a little bit of a break.
And that lead was based on the transition game, which you would expect to be their strength. And a lot of their scoring has come off it, but I'm surprised that we don't see more of it.
Yeah. And a lot of it do you have any involvement with the junior program at Girls High, Christchurch Girls?
I will do in the future. I haven't this year. I've been coaching Girls High and the Wildcats, which has kept me pretty busy in the National League with the women. I'm stepping away from that, and I'm just going to be concentrating on high school basketball. The real stuff. The real stuff,
the exciting stuff. Well, so who's likely to take over the Wildcats?
I'm not sure. I'd imagine they'll be calling for applications very soon. So if you're out there looking for a coaching job...
Well, it's a great group of kids. Here we go, start of the half. St. Pat's look to tie the game, and they do. Nice jumper from the elbow.
A rare shot that didn't come off penetration.
Yeah.
That's nice. Both teams, great ball movement. Now this is basketball.
Well, the zone defense, a high-low action from Westlake. Here we go, more dribble penetration. Well, we've had 3 passes there, but none were really doing anything other than moving the ball from one side of the court to the other. Do you think, looking at the game these days, we see a lot of on balls. How do you see the game sort of moving, going back to off-ball screens? We're seeing a few flare screens these days.
Yep. Everything has gone to the on ball over the past 3 or 4 years, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And it's becoming predictable and stoppable.
Unless you're the Spurs.
Oh, true. It's just got to be seen as a weapon. You've got to have the complete game. If you want the complete team, and that's a pretty basic mistake there. If you want to be the complete team, you've got to have many strings to your bow.
That's right.
You can't be a one-trick pony. Or obviously you play to your strengths. Play to your strengths and bring up your weaknesses.
Well, the second half hasn't really sort of started with a bang. It's pretty low-key, really. Some good effort and athleticism going on out there. Crowd sort of, I think, sitting back waiting to see who they're going to make a lot of noise for.
It's a nice move by Stent, baseline move.
Yeah, and attacking the body.
Yep.
And when he turns side on, it's difficult to see him, but, he's certainly playing aggressively.
Yes.
He's a Christchurch boy, isn't he?
Yes, he is a Christchurch boy. Moved up here post-earthquake.
As a lot of families did. It's a rebound foul. It's very smart, getting the box out. Got banged pretty hard, and referee seeing that one, seeing the effect of the foul, I think, more than anything, that he wasn't in rebound position and calling that.
Yeah. Okay, once again, you can see the defense extended up the court somewhat, just slowing down the offense.
Let's go through some of the scoring. Got Isaiah with 16 points. Will this be his 18th? It is. Yeah. For St. Pat's.
Retake the lead now, 37-36, 7 minutes to go in this quarter.
And leading Westlake is Matt Freeman, who's not on the floor at the moment. And Gerrand with only really 8 points. It's getting a little bumpy out there. Oh. A lot of contact, a lot of body contact there, but going straight up.
Yeah. There's a lot of bluster and not much science in both teams' attacks, it seems to me. They obviously know what their strengths are. They know what's got them this far. It's constant attacking the hoop off the dribble. Making it a stop-start affair. 36 all. 6:46 to go in this quarter.
Westlake shooting percentage is pretty good from the free throw line.
What are they looking at?
Well, they're now 5 of 7.
5 of 7.
As opposed to 4 of 9 from St. Pat's. And it's a 36 all.
And one's far too strong.
Yeah, that was lucky to stay in the gym. Oh.
Nice width in the attack. Plenty of space on the court.
It's high-low action early. Referee obviously not sure that Westlake wouldn't come up with the ball, so gives it to them off the whistle.
Safe call.
Yeah, safe call. Oh. Great defensive play, Stent. Pinning that on the glass. And coming back with a 3.
That's a 5-point play there. 2 he saved down there, and the 3 that they just scored now. So 39-36. 5.5 minutes to go. 39-36 to Westlake, and they're in trans. Not the best of passes. But good to see them getting a little more expansive.
Yep. I thought Stent did a great job getting down the floor. I thought he'd almost saved it.
Better athlete than his father ever was, I can tell you.
I'm not sure Carl will appreciate that comment. You're saying it's the mother's influential genes, AFL?
It would have to be. It would have to be. Look at the gap inside in that keyhole there.
Yeah. Answering the question with the 3 points. 5 minutes to go in the third. It's the 39-all ball game.
Nice ball movement. Unlucky call. You know, I'd love to see that in action replay. Did he step over that line when he dragged that ball back?
Yeah, I think he was just outside.
Okay.
Yeah. You can always rewind on the live stream and check that we're right.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody will be doing that.
Gareth obviously would have got it on film, so you can check later. Oh, tip, deflections. Something we take a look at in terms of defence. You want deflections.
Yeah, deflections are a good indication of intensity of defence, without a doubt.
Open wide in the corner.
And they put doubt into the mind of the offence.
Here's the hard shot.
Yeah, really hard shot. I'm always amazed, not amazed, that's the wrong word. I always sort of question why on those hard shows a good guard can't get the ball to that person who's diving to the hoop. You know, like there's going to be a free man either diving to the hoop or if someone goes to cover him somewhere else.
Well, the key thing is, Phil, the person with the ball needs to pass it to a wing. And he needs to hit either wing, and then the person diving the ball has the easy pass.
Yeah.
And you watch, the Spurs do that really well. They have the big screen come out, and then they usually kick the ball, and he may get it back in the middle.
Yep. This is 3-on-0
3-0, and it'll be an easy layup. But the key thing is you go deny the ball right off the bat. And now there's an opportunity there to maybe get another one.
So the score is 41-39 Westlake. 3 minutes 20 to go.
Caller's on the floor.
Actually, I've been quite impressed with the refereeing standard out there today in all these semi-finals.
Yeah, you get the cream of the crop.
It's just the same as with the players. By the time you get to this end of the competition, you're looking at the best players playing under the best conditions possible, which is great. And there was an opportunity for a curl to the hoop. One of the rare times where I would have thought, yeah, definitely do it.
Pulls up.
And he pulls up.
No, he's shot the ball pretty well in the last couple of shots.
True.
Oh, hanging it out there for the rip. Guard takes the bait. Oh. Just certainly want those little things to go your way, those little deflections to fall into your hands. 41-39, 2:49 to go in the third. And no one's really taken this game by the scruff.
Nobody has taken this game by the scruff. No individual player, and certainly neither of the teams, obviously, by the score.
As I see, Isaiah has got 21 points, and Freeman's the top point scorer for Westlake with 14 now. Whoa, maybe the offensive foul there. Wasn't really set in position. Left-handed floater. Gets a second opportunity. And this is the first break on the bench for Isaiah Modi Oho Leafa. And nothing in that offense, was there, Phil?
No, nothing at all. It was a little bit lacking in imagination or organisation. And that's simple and elegant. Just flash into that middle area. Where is nobody standing? Get there as quick as you can. Come towards the ball. Somebody delivers it to you without dribbling it every time. So we've got a 6-point. That's probably the biggest spread of the game, is it?
Other than the early lead from St. Pat's, I say it would be.
Yeah. So we've got a 6-point spread. So we've got 45 for Westlake, 39 for St. Patrick's. A little run there. A couple of nice plays by the Westlake offense to get free men handy within 8 or 10 feet of the hoop. And a couple of nice plays in the mid-court to come up with an easy layup or two off a steal. Very much anybody's game.
I think so. And I mean, I think with the firepower that Isaiah has, he's always going to be a threat. I mean, for me, this timeout is probably also about giving him an extra little bit of a break.
Another minute
of rest.
Yep.
Off the floor. And also to have a chat about maybe their zone defence and the high-low flashes that Westlake are getting and the easy balls inside that they're getting. So
that man has got to be bumped before he gets anywhere near there. He's just going straight in. There's not a body touching him. He has to be bumped from the weak side any time he wants to flash to the ball side. And that often comes from people either ball watching or sometimes man watching, not seeing where the ball is. Got to see everything at the same time.
Extended pressure from Westlake. Isaiah off the floor. No, he's not on the floor. There he is. Sorry. Snuck back on there out of the timeout.
Yeah.
Closes the gap to 4. 1:19 left in the third quarter. Great.
Stamping some authority on the game.
Blocking the
offensive drive and a lovely block.
Staying completely away from the shooter. Great angle from it here, and just what a fantastic block. Straight back at it, though. Gets that one.
Perfect rejoinder. So we got a 7-point spread again.
And foul 85 feet away from the basket. We saw her in the semi-final with St. Peter's. Amy Russell fouling, I think, 2 or 3 fouls that far away, and that's just silly.
Well, not needed at this stage of the game.
Oh, it puts Westlake in the penalty.
Yep. So we got the double screen. Oh, and he turns that early. Very nice.
Very, very nice.
Yeah, the last 2 times he's used both those screens going both ways. They used them, and this time he turned early off the second.
Freeman for 3. He's a good 3-point shooter.
51 plays 43. 51 Westlake, 43
and here's the
Pats.
run for Westlake. Taking that 8-point lead. Maybe a little bit of a bailout there. Certainly contact on the shot.
Yeah, possibly if he had kept his arms out of the action, he would have got away with it. His body looked good, but it was the wild swipe at the ball towards the end there.
Yep, I agree. We've seen a lot of players with the ability to keep their hands out and still maintain, pressure on the ball and change the shot.
Yeah, so exactly.
Sort of give the kid a chance to go to the line, knock him down.
There's a big difference between going into the half 6 down and going down 8 or 10 down. So going in 8 or 10 down. So they were very good foul shots there. What's the spread? 51 plays 44. Westlake playing for the last play.
Started.
The main clock's going.
Yeah, it hadn't. Didn't matter.
Nice hesitation dribble.
It's good if it goes. It didn't. A long-range shot. 6 points down. St. Bat's Kimberley. Westlake getting a little breakaway there.
Stayed here all day.
Yeah, they have. I mean, there's actually being in the North Island, obviously us from the South Island, we have to stay till the end because we can't leave early on a Saturday, but a lot of teams actually do travel home on the Saturday. They play at 9 in the morning, 10:30 in the morning, and instead of paying that extra night's accommodation, they're on the road. So sometimes the finals can be a little bit emptier than the semi-final.
I hadn't thought of that, yeah. I always stay for the final. Always stay for the final.
Well,
in it or not in it. Yeah.
Well, for the first time we're in it.
It's a big thing. It's a big thing.
It certainly is. I've got a national championship under my belt, and so is head coach Gavin Briggs with the 17s, and which is basically the group that we've got here together. And it's a pretty special thing, and you'll have at least a couple.
I think 9.
9, not counting. JP was like that. He knew the exact number. I think he was up to about 17, 18, 19 national finals. And within the family, it was in the 40s.
Yeah, JP was a legend.
He certainly was. Oh, fighting. Oh, that's a killer.
Small things.
Oh.
Like that, for example.
Oh. 2 rebounds.
It's a comedy of errors at the moment. Missed layups, poor passes. And this should be put to bed. No.
Maybe a layup this time.
One.
Closes it to 4. The fourth quarter, 8:53 to go.
So once again, there's a foul down underneath there, but the genesis of that foul came when they could put a player from the weak side anywhere they wanted inside the keyhole to receive the ball. No, he missed the shot, but there was a rebound, made from it.
I like how my vocabulary is increasing here. The genesis of the shot, the birth. I like that. But you did, right?
Sometimes the things that aren't, directly in line with the event are what cause things to happen or make things possible to happen.
Freeman may have been expecting a foul there. He was getting bumped by a guard a lot smaller than him, but no call. Left open.
That's dangerous.
Offensive rebounding. With tenacity, really. No, not the size, but just getting after it. That boards competition is going to be tough.
Who put cellophane over the top of that hoop?
I didn't see anybody running on the court. And neither team really scoring at will.
Neither team scoring at any will.
No, we had one layup out of 3. Another offensive rebound, and that's, I guess you talked about the genesis, that's the long shot. And there it is. Isaiah closing it to a 1-point ball game. And that's bringing the crowd in. I think the crowd support's going with St. Pat's.
Yeah.
Big time.
Once again, Westlake get the ball inside at will.
There's the lead for St. Pat's. And Coach Stent wants a timeout.
Well, a few Wellingtonians in the room by the look of it.
It's been a while since there hasn't been an Auckland team in the final, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just sort of go back to it. It just feels that way.
It just feels that way. Well, I would be interested to see what differences they make to the offenses, both teams at the moment. I think there are a lot of rushed shots from 2 feet, from rebounded shots inside the paint here, where they're not even getting fouled in the act of shooting. They're getting the rebound and getting it back up that quickly and off balance and getting nowhere near the hoop. I think they could just take a couple of heartbeats to evaluate the situation after they made that rebound and go up a lot stronger rather than the little jump hook that we're seeing a lot of, which is just not working for either team.
Well, I just had a brief look at the stats, and basically Westlake are shooting around 36% and St. Pat's at 33%.
It's just, too far off the pace for both teams to be happy with that. That was a lovely offense, huh? In anybody's language.
Coming out of the huddle.
Yeah, big to big.
But this kid missed 2 free throws in a row last time, and they weren't looking flash.
That looks good.
That did. We called it.
Nice arc.
You can see it in the release.
Yeah. That looks good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Westlake back in the lead again.
Another lead change.
53-52, 6.5 minutes to go.
Oh, between the legs to in front of the body. But this time Westlake able to rebound the ball, and Gerrand on the break. Pressure there. And it's these young forwards. They struggle with the guards who come in with a bit of tenacity.
But of course, some of these the guards are actually physically stronger than the forwards. You know, they've got more mass on them, as it were. They get their hands to the ball, they can create havoc. Referee not happy for some reason.
Oh no, there's a sub. It was probably a little late, but he's deeming that it was important enough to stop the game and get him in. Extended pressure from Westlake. No call there. 5-on-4 offense.
Now that's going up strong. I admire that. Yep. Didn't turn it into a little jump hook or anything like that. It was going up with two hands. It was going to throw the thing down, given half a chance.
Attacking the rim. Just to take potentially a 3-point lead. 5:35 to go, 54-52. Free throw will make it 55.
And those free throws are contagious. We've seen some good free throwing just leading up to this, and he maintains that.
3-point lead, which can be extinguished with a one shot from Isaiah. Playing Stent on him. Here comes the hard show. No, not this time. Swing under. Splits the screen. Layup from behind his head. Good opportunity here for Westlake to take control of the ball game. They get a 5-point lead with 5 minutes to go.
You know, the Stent has got no other responsibility on the court in defence than staying 2 feet from his defensive assignment, who's been causing all sorts of havoc for them.
And that's the first team foul for Westlake. And St. Pat's do have 3 at this stage.
Look at Stent tracking the Arthur into the corner.
That's the old
ball's nowhere near him. The referee hasn't given it to anybody yet, and he is full out concentration.
Yeah.
Well,
it's what flavour chewing gum is he chewing?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Nice split there. He'll get the run off some screens here, Stent. Oh, a little foul.
Away with
another one.
Well, they're going to get away with 2 there for a minute, but that could have been an intentional foul. The first one, he was being held to stop the break. What they might even call a clear pathway foul.
Yeah, I think there was enough defenders probably in the backcourt, but they let it. They obviously go with the advantage. But the second foul was, I think it's the 4th now, so that puts St. Pat's in the penalty. 5 points down, 4:25 to go. Flashing cutters in the middle again, into that zone.
Oh, he had a great shot using his own man as a wall there and passed it up. Exuberance.
Yeah. Four minutes to go, 5-point lead. St. Pat's will definitely be wanting to close this gap right now. And they're scoring really only coming one position, and he's just waiting out there on the great effort on the rebounds. Oh, that's that layup, and we've seen a couple of those already missed.
Yeah. Now, I like that transition there and the way he picked up the foul. The defense is running back. You know, he at any stage he could have pulled himself back, you know, rather than get out of control. But he kept going at the guy until a foul was created and called. But it looked to me like he really knew what he was doing. That he could have pulled back from that offense at any stage if he had wanted to.
He's certainly a player with a great deal of ball control.
Yeah, it's hard to play defense running backwards.
Oh.
So we got 58, 52, 3.5 minutes left. Yeah, 58 Westlake, 52.
That's probably one of the biggest leads. Oh, foul called on the pass off. Oh, he called this 2 shots.
Another one I would have liked to have seen on an action replay.
Well, there was a time there where they were, if you got fouled and then passed off, their assumption was you were trying to shoot it, so you got the 2. Maybe that was brought into effect again.
Yeah.
That's it to 5. Need some stops here, some pats.
Lovely ball movement again.
Finding inside
Plenty
space.
of time.
Freeman, good shooter, knocks it down.
Lovely range, 16, 18 feet.
Offensive, number 9.
Must have moved sideways, according to the referee, or had a leg out. So, 3 minutes, 4 seconds to go. 3 minutes and 4 seconds, a 7-point lead to Westlake.
And how does St. Pat's Kilbirnie respond?
Plenty of time, though. Plenty of time left in this match.
And that's a nice shot as well, Gerrand, but no, not good. Gets the rebound, though. Oh. It's so close to the end one.
I rate that as one of the best things I've seen that young man do today. Drew those defenders beautifully. Found the free man at the hoop.
And did you see the splitting of the defense here in the back court?
Yeah, it was all class. Yeah, all class. Okay, the score now.
It's a 5-point ball game.
5-point ball game to Westlake, and they have possession. 2:43, and the clock has failed to start again.
Which I'd say plays in the St. Pat's hands.
Still hasn't started.
Shot clock's running.
Oh, there was a hand up through the hoop on that.
Yeah, there was.
Well, that was like 20 seconds of the game. I would hate to think that a team would lose it with less than 20 seconds to go.
Yep. A lot of people noticed it.
Yeah, the 20 seconds has been played more in this game than needs to be played. Let's see what effect that might have.
4-point ball game. Now they're shooting the ball well from the free throw line. There's that contagion. Not quite a bowler, but free throw making's a good one to have.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you're going to catch something, catch that.
Yeah. Crowd wanting to see a close one. Oh, tough pickup. Oh, the end one. This could take them to
one
6.
For Stent. Lovely penetration. Drew a couple of players. It was a pretty good catch from Stent too, because it wasn't a classically fantastic pass. He had to go low for it.
Probably had a little bit of a deflection on the way through too. It was a lot of pressure.
Possibly, yeah.
He picks it up and puts it in. Great effort. Knocks down to make it 6 again. 2:09 to go in the game. This time the clock is running. Just the we call that the early series in transition. On ball, on ball.
It's a 4-point ball game. 1:44 to go.
Gerrand, he's tough. Oh, and they come up with a rebound.
But I don't think... Oh, did it touch the ring? Apparently it did. It was reset. Then why did they shoot that so early?
I don't know. Another offensive rebound.
Bring it out. That's all you have to do. Create some space and time. You got 18 on the clock. 4-point lead. And the defense is sagging.
It's an offensive.
So that man has done it at both ends of the court tonight for St. Pat's. It was a great defensive play.
And then St. Pat's have got a timeout. It's a 4-point ball game.
They get to advance the ball. Both teams in the bonus.
Well, St. Pat's can score here. It's certainly going to make it a tight finish.
Yep.
I mean, I talked earlier in the girls' game. We said, 5 possessions left in the game, and it ended up being about 8. What are you thinking? Maybe 5 again from here, possessions?
It would look about somewhere around about that to me. But you can be sure that, depending, of course, whether they
score and play the foul game.
On this, yeah.
Well, everybody's been making foul shots down the 4th, so we haven't seen any misses.
No.
Some missed layups, but
not the foul shots have certainly come right in the second half. So I would say, if they can score here, get it back to 2 points, they just have to play solid defense. No need to foul. One thing you've been sure of, I think number 8's figuring quite strongly in the logic of the timeout that's happening right now.
Yeah, and I guess they'll have to find a way to get the ball in his hands with Stent playing pretty good face-on-face defence.
He goes to him immediately.
He's inbounding the ball.
I bet you he doesn't watch where the ball goes after he's thrown it in. I bet you he stays face-on.
There you go. He does.
Okay.
Well, we'll let this pitcher tell the story. Oh, he missed it.
So now the pressure goes on.
Yeah, well, St. Pat's, they go for the stop. There's probably a couple of opportunities.
Yeah,
no point in fouling now.
No, don't foul yet, but they got to hit the next one. Pressure doubles up.
Freeman, no, doesn't want that one.
No need for an early entry into this offense. 4.
They'll go to Freeman, he'll shoot it. Great box out. Stops the clock.
Okay, so
a 4-point game.
They'll be looking for a quick one here to make sure that they get another shot off, even after they make this one. We don't want to run the clock out. Okay, they're now down below the single possession.
And that is ball game, I'd say. They can play the foul game, put them on the line.
I was really surprised that they took so long to get into that offense there, because they still needed to score again, even if they scored after it.
Yep. Zaya's played a lot of minutes in this tournament.
So
Darren Larson put the hex on him last night, said he was a fantastic free throw shooter, and he missed, but not in this case.
Not in this case. Ice in his veins.
Yeah, he gets that one.
And literally a chance to ice the game now if he makes this. The other team would have to score 3 times. Ice in his veins. So no need for anybody to foul anybody.
Turnover.
Steal.
And that's it over.
And that's the end of the game.
Another set of free throws.
That's all she wrote, I'd say.
And St Pat's a valiant effort. They've just been worn down, really, haven't they? And I mean, losing the battle of the boards.
Battle of the boards has been huge. St Pat's probably has shot the ball better.
Yeah, they have.
But Westlake have had more opportunities with their
15 offensive rebounds.
15 offensive rebounds. That's a lot of extra shots that you can put up.
With no timeouts to advance the ball, having to bring it up. 8-point ball game. And that's not going to be enough. And as they dribble it out, it's Westlake Boys High School that will take on Otago Boys High School in the National Championship tomorrow. I think it's 5:30, Phil. I hope I know the time because we're in it.
I won't be missing it. I'll be there.
Excellent stuff. And thanks, Phil Burns. I'm Brent Manahari signing off for New Zealand Sports Webcast. Cheers, Gerrand. Unfortunately, I won't be on the commentary team tomorrow. I'll be a little bit busy. Is that all right?
Best of luck for tomorrow.
Thanks, Phil.